It's a Festivus miracle, everybody.
Festivus miracle.
Welcome to the party, the Festivus Party 2025. Done. All right. Fade that one out. Welcome, everybody, to the Festivus Miracle Party of 2025. Happy Festivus to everybody.
Happy
Otherwise
Festivus.
known as Christmas Eve. But I like Festivus more.
Since its inception,
Yes.
I fully embrace. I love Festivus. Somebody's got a lot of problems with us call soon.
There goes Randy. Watch out.
All right.
Welcome to Festivus. So,
Festivus.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what? Speaking of Christmas Eve, a couple of restaurants have jumped on a nice little trend today as far as Christmas Eve all day happy hour or specials going on. The entire Blue Plate Restaurant Company did all day happy hour at all 6 of their restaurants.
I call that a Festivus
yeah,
miracle.
so I'm just gonna call that out as a Festivus miracle right there. So and I was at Red Rabbit this afternoon, and they didn't have any specials going on, but it was busy. About 2 o'clock this afternoon, they were kind of jam packed, and so it was cool. It was good to see people are out enjoying themselves, having some fun, enjoying the Festivus miracle. The miracle that is Festivus.
The miracle that is Festivus goes both ways.
That's right. Right. So we got a good show for you tonight. We're gonna have some fun, kick it back and relax.
But first things first,
I need more wine.
First things first, you need more wine for sure. And in true Festivus style, it's foil.
Yeah.
No, before we really get going any further, I would like us to show off our new t-shirts.
Let's stand.
Okay.
Let's appear.
I love these.
I don't know, Margot.
Why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
Love it.
It's just awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool.
One of our favorite Christmas movies.
Very important. So as we're going along here tonight, be sure. You're interrupting me over and over.
And because you're not giving me a chance to talk, I'm going to exercise my Festivus, my feats of
Do you have a grievance?
Wine strength, and I've got grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Not only a key player in Seinfeld, but Margot.
Of course.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's like the tie-in right there. Just in case anybody didn't know or remember. Just want to point that out.
You got that covered?
Okay. Got that covered. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So as we're going along here tonight, as you have your own grievances or if you have your own feats of strength in the wine world, put them in the chat. We got the chat open on both Facebook and on YouTube. We'll see everything that kind of comes through. This can be good fun. The key is just relax, enjoy. This is the most unimportant webinar we do of the entire year. And it's also one of the most fun ones that we do. So there we are.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. So let's get started here. I got captions ready to go.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So I want to make sure that we say welcome to everybody for Wine Festivus 2025. Wine opinions will be challenged and feelings may be hurt. So just gently, make sure you know that we're not actually trying to insult anybody, but we're gonna air some grievances tonight.
Air some grievances.
Yeah, and if it feels like you got hit with a little snowball from us, just know it's all about love. Okay. Yeah.
It's all good fun.
Simple as that. It gives us an opportunity. So we have our opening ceremony here for tonight. Opening ceremony is the celebration of the wine pole and what it represents. The wine pole represents purity and simplicity. When you're talking about purity and simplicity in wine, it really is all about leaning toward the natural wine world. We'll be talking about that as far as a grievance a little bit later on.
Okay.
But simplicity, honesty, the Festivus Pole I bring to you. Yes. Yeah. Oh.
There we go. There we go. Let Festivus begin. All right.
That was Spencer that just texted us.
What's up with Spencer?
Yeah. I'm hanging at the Caribou down the street. Oh, tough day. See you in a bit. Oh, that's too bad. So, for those of you who don't know, Spencer works at Costco, and the day before Christmas Eve can be a nightmarish day at Costco. So, I hope he's doing well.
I hope he's doing
having a little hot chocolate. We have, of course, some meatloaf at the ready when he gets home because Festivus is all about the meatloaf. And it'll be all set. So
okay.
Yeah, let him know that
I'm going to text him back real quick.
Okay.
You take the reins for
a
sec here.
So here we go. I've got a nice line here for the opening ceremony. Opening ceremony. Ready? If a wine needs a dissertation, it is not Festivus approved. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So no wine dissertations tonight. No huge details. But let's get right into it. The airing of wine grievances. We have grievances. We have problems with you people.
Got a lot of problems
not
with you wines.
People.
No.
But some wine people in the world. So we're just gonna put that out there.
Got a lot of problem with you wines.
Yeah, with you wines. So all right, so so here's a grievance on my side. I'm a little bit tired of tasting notes. I'm tired of reading a whole paragraph that starts off with notes and hints of ... I could not imagine a more horrible period deep in the hell of journalism than trying to write wine notes all day long while tasting wine. You're spitting wine all day, but a little bit is getting into you. Mm-hmm. You're realizing that all of these Napa Valley Cabernets taste exactly alike, or whatever it is that you're tasting, and all the flavors start going together, but you're journalistically required to add flair and flash to everything. If I need to read another wine note that starts off with notes of black currant and dark cherry and raspberry, I'm just going to just spit out all my wine onto that publication.
Gentle kiss of cassis.
Cassis,
and because at the end of the day, how many ways are there to say the same damn thing?
Yep.
The same kind of flavor profile.
Exactly.
And I enjoy, like, especially with it's a wine that I've never heard of before, never tried. I don't mind a quick little snippet of, like what the aromas and what the palate generally, kind of a quick, but it doesn't need to be poetic and flourishing.
And it doesn't need to be 4 or 5 sentences long. And it really is interesting to kind of look in the back of Wine Spectator and Wine Enthusiast magazines and read through those reviews and just realize if you kind of blur your eyes a little bit, they all kind of meld together. And here's another thing. I have a grievance against, and you all know this already. This is not a surprise. Wine scores in general. The idea of scoring wine. I mean, you can say A, B, C, D, and F. You can say 1 through 5. You can say 4 stars. You can say thumbs up or thumbs down. But the idea of the accuracy of a 100-point scale is just stupid. And it's not even a 100-point scale.
98 points versus 97 points.
Right. And it's not a 100-point scale. Nothing is under 50 points ever. That's in the fine print. Nothing's over 100 points, obviously. Even though that'd be kind of fun if there was like 102-point wine, like better than perfect.
Yeah,
that'd be all right. Yeah. But the idea that a wine review has accuracy, I've got a lot of problems with that. Well, I'm airing my grievances,
and my grievance too was when you get the same wine reviewed by multiple publications,
right? And
the score varies dramatically. You'd think that if there was any consistency whatsoever, or objective characteristics to that score, that they would be more the same than
it's not. Proof that wine is subjective. My favorite wine article of all time, I'll be writing about this actually pretty soon, was October of 1997. So we're talking long time ago, and almost 30 years ago now. But Wine Spectator magazine did what's called the Chardonnay. What they put on the cover is the Chardonnay Challenge, and they took Pierre Hendrick Masson, who did all the Burgundy stuff, and James Lobby, rest in peace, for all the California stuff, and had them taste the exact same Chardonnay side by side, blind, at the same moment, same bottle and everything, and then they published their reviews. It's the first and only time they ever did this, because sometimes a wine was rated by one of them at 95 points, the other one at 78 points. And then the very next wine was 92 points on one side and 79 points on the other side. I mean, it's just crazy. It was all over the board. And it just goes to show that even the experts can't nail it down. It's all opinion. Yeah. And you just got to be careful. So That's a wine grievance right there for sure.
Got a lot of problems with that.
Got a lot of problems with that.
That's
so,
right.
Bop over to chats here. Grievance. There are still wine shop staffers who want to impress you with their knowledge before they even know what you are looking for. Randy Bailey, you rock.
Yes.
That's exactly
yes,
right.
That is a grievance.
That is
for
a grievance.
sure.
Yep. Wait, and I'm gonna say not just wine shop staffers, but especially on the restaurant side as well. A little knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and when they want to show off, it gets tough. We're not going to mention the restaurant with this particular grievance, but we were at a very, very high-powered, very influential, very expensive restaurant in town here a few years ago, and there was a bartender, great guy, incredible dude, and he didn't know who we were. We kind of didn't know who he was. We knew the owners of the place, but that was it. And we started ordering some wines, and every time he poured us a new wine, by the glass, he would kind of go off about the wine, telling us all about it. And one of the wines he was so completely wrong on, as far as the grape variety, the region it was from, the background of the producer, I mean, it's everything. And I said, just to let you know, there's actually a Syrah from just outside of the Northern Rhone Valley. It's not Northern Rhone, but it's just outside of from the Northern Rhone. But that family is connected to this family over there. And he's like, no, you're not right. And he said, no, you're wrong about that. I'm like, well, I used to work for the importer of that wine.
I kind of don't think
I met that guy and his son, and that's the story they told me. He's like, really? I'm wrong? I'm like, yeah.
You might be.
Yeah.
But whether you were that bartender and you had a customer who maybe was legitimately wrong, or the thing is that just that reaction, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, even if the customer had been wrong, you as hospitality, you never say that.
You don't do that. Yeah.
You don't do that.
Exactly.
You might find some other creative way to get out of the situation or steer the conversation a different direction or something. Something.
Let me just air another wine grievance that just came into my mind here, just after you mentioned hospitality. The restaurants that are not taking hospitality seriously right now, and the wine shops too. Hospitality is the number one magic formula for wine shops and restaurants going in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. There's no other differentiator, because there's great food everywhere. There are great wines everywhere. There are great wine shops everywhere. There's an option for every consumer to go to someplace else. So what's the variable? The variable is that you treat the guest better, and you train your staff to really hone in on really, really good hospitality. What can you do to make the customer or the guest feel great about being at your store or your restaurant? So that's a serious grievance on my end. There are a couple of very important books that have come out in the last couple of years about this, and some great TED Talks on the power of hospitality, not just in terms of restaurants and hotels and shopping, but also just in business as well. When you actually put the customer first and you do everything in your power, to the reasonable level, of course, to make sure that they have the experience that they're going to brag about. So whenever we're doing staff trainings for restaurants, I tell the service staff, the team at the restaurant, the most important goal that you have to have is that your guest brags to their friends and their family and their coworkers about the experience they had at your restaurant the next day. And will you ever know if it actually happens? No. And that's where the power is. You don't know, but you want to do everything in your power to have them brag about it the next day.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And if you go into your shift with that goal, along with teamwork with your coworkers, you can have a great job, you can have a great career, you can have a wonderful night, you can make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Or you can do the opposite and be all pissed off about the world at the end of the shift and mad about your coworkers and wonder why you're not making as much in tips as you used to. You know why? Because you're an asshole. I'm just saying it like it is right now. I've run into so many servers in restaurants that just don't get it, but I don't blame them. I blame their managers and the owners. The managers and the owners are the ones to blame. So there we go. Yeah.
Simple
as that.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple as that. All right. So Bev brought up a really good point here. It's from Jake, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of wine flavors are not exactly or even close to a fruit flavor equivalent. Some are, but most aren't. My 2 cents. That means you're human. And that means that you actually have your own opinions. That's where it's at. That's the fun.
Well, and it takes into consideration that everybody's palate is unique.
Yep.
I think when I talk about fruit flavors, or you do, I mean, it's just kind of an easy way to fall into it. And for me, those flavors are usually just in the nose.
Yeah.
You rarely.
Yeah, you don't taste raspberry.
But everybody's palate's different, and some people, taste, a certain flavor profile more than another.
Yeah.
Or this one not at all. And
a couple of nice comments here. So Chris mentioned why can't every wine shop be like Solo Vino in St. Paul, who we work kind of closely with? The staff know their wines and they'll lead you to a winner every time. And Randy just tossed in there. I second Chris. There are shops like Solo Vino that rock. So I'm just going to put this out there. Little shout out in the Twin Cities here, west to east. The Excelsior Vintage in Excelsior, Minnesota. The wine shop on Minnetonka and 101, the Vine shop, of course, on Main Street in Hopkins, the of course France 44, South Lindale Liquors, Cork Dork Wine Company, which is still under the radar for a lot of people. Cork Dork is on Cedar Avenue, just north of Cedar Lake, just across from IE, from Italian Eatery by Travail.
Is it? No, it's north of Lake Nokomis.
Oh, sorry. North of Lake Nokomis. North of Lake Nokomis on Cedar Avenue. The Stinson Wine, Beer, and Spirits, Itasca Wine, Beer, and Spirits, up in the North Loop area. Thomas Liquors, of course. Solo Vino, of course. Bright Wines over in North St. Paul. All of these are top grade shops. And in terms of any sort of chain, I steer people toward Kowalski's. The Kowalski's wine shops that are curated by our friend Brian Malley are staffed with great people, and everything is chosen very carefully with a lot of precision. So there's a lot of good choices. I just want to make sure that we kind of throw that out there, because we want to spread the love, make sure everybody knows where to shop. So very, very cool. All right. Yep. Let's go into here. We got Randy. Another question here.
Randy.
Why is the only interesting thing about the interesting red section of a restaurant menu always seem to mean not from California? I disagree. Yep. So the interesting reds.
Is this going to be a feat of wine strength?
It might be. It might be.
I sense some arm wrestling going on.
Yeah. So depends on the restaurant, depends on the list, of course. Interesting reds tend to, in my opinion, a lot of restaurants end up being boring California blends. Just not very, very fascinating. But with Randy's comment, that tends to be mean not from California. It's kind of a restaurant by restaurant deal, but I can see where you're coming from. Where some restaurants, especially out in the burbs, it's like, oh, it's from Greece. We have nowhere to put it on our list. Not from California. So I can see both sides. So I take it back a little bit, Randy. Sorry about that.
No, but I can see that. Especially for restaurants that aren't pushing the envelope across the board with their wine list. They've got a lot of very basic, or maybe not basic. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It's Festivus. I'm just going to say it. Some not very unique or interesting choices. Or, just like. Yeah,
way too safe.
Here's all the Merlots. Here's all the Cabs. Here's all the Pinot Noirs. Here's all the Chardonnays. And but specifically to the red point, I think a lot of the reds that most restaurants have are domestic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and let's just call it out really quick, because this is what this webinar is all about. Meiomi Pinot Noir and Caymus Cabernet Sauvignon are popular and sweet. And I'm not saying a bad thing about either one of them, but I just want to make sure that everybody acknowledges the fact that they are super popular, which means they get marked up more than other wines on the wine list. And there's a lot of residual sugar in both those wines, which means that it's more of a crowd pleaser. I've been at a lot of restaurants where I see a bottle of Camus on the table, and I hear the chatter around me. Oh, I didn't even know I liked that I liked red wine. And it's a door opener, so I'm not mad about it.
No,
but let's just acknowledge it for what it is. It's all good. It's all fine.
And for me, I'm gonna throw this down with my wine grievances.
Yeah.
You mentioned Meiomi. Meiomi Pinot Noir. I got a real problem with that one.
I got a real problem with that.
No, I mean, and again, if anybody out there, if Meiomi, yeah, hold on. If Meiomi Pinot Noir is your jam, and I do use the word jam,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't drink it. That you
everybody's allowed to like it.
I'm not
if you
saying
want.
that you
it's all
shouldn't
good.
like it, but one, it does have a bunch of sugar in it.
Yep,
it is quite a sweet wine, and two, it is the furthest thing from a varietally correct Pinot Noir
or artisan. Yeah.
No, just flat out Pinot. No. If you served me Meiomi Pinot Noir blind, there is no way I would call that Pinot.
Right. Yeah.
Because obviously there's a lot of something else in the blend, probably Merlot.
Yep.
And up to 25%. They don't even need to tell you.
Yep. You can add a bunch of mega purple. You can add artificial sweeteners by law. No problem at all.
Other kind of flavorings. If you like the wine, that's great. I wish it was just called like a red wine or red blend or red table wine or whatever, like Apothic Red.
Yeah.
It's
Apothic Red, The Prisoner, Meiomi, and Camus are all kind of the same.
It's a concoction, and they mean it to taste the same every single vintage.
Yeah.
Much like a spirit does,
right?
Or a beer, where it's going to be the same all the time.
Yeah, because vintage doesn't matter.
Is the flavor profile,
right.
And even though it says Pinot Noir on it, once you really start getting into real 100% Pinot Noirs from different places around the globe, you will realize lickety split that is not a typical Pinot Noir.
Is it a tasty glass of wine for a lot of people? Yeah,
sure, great.
That's great.
But I have a real problem with people if that's the only Pinot Noir.
If you're learning what Pinot Noir,
if that's the only Pinot Noir you've ever had, and then you say, "I love Pinot Noir because I love that," it's like,
and God forbid somebody at a restaurant points at it on the menu and says, "Oh, this is a great Pinot Noir." No, it's a red wine that you might like. It's a red
wine. It's a red wine blend, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And
so let's toss that out there.
So I got a real problem with that.
Yep. All right. So so here's another grievance. I love the airing of the wine grievances. This is our one time. Oh my God,
we're gonna be on this for like most of the webinar.
Well, yeah, that really is most of the webinar.
And again, please, anybody out there that's got a wine grievance, or even let's expand it to like a restaurant grievance, or
you don't need to throw anybody under the bus, but just put it out there as put in the chat.
If you got some problems with somebody,
what you've run into. So all right, so here's a wine grievance of mine.
Okay.
Chemically faulty or corked bottles of wine, or natural wines that are held up as beautifully rustic, where wines actually have a biological problem, where wines actually are effed up when it comes to their volatile acidity or Brettanomyces or TCA infection, or whatever it is.
I'm going to step in there. You said natural wine, and I think it's not that you have a problem with natural wine.
I don't have a problem with natural wine anymore. I'll talk more about that.
But these problems of winemaking, like bacterial infections and other problems coming from and around the fermentation process and things going sideways.
Right.
It happens more frequently with natural wines that are not being watched carefully.
Yeah. So a side grievance, like grievance part 2 here, is if if you own a natural wine bar and you're not training your staff on how to identify faults in wine, then you're serving a lot of really like faulty wine to your customers. And we've been at natural wine bars around the country where we order a wine and we get it and we're smelling it going, that is so effed up. I mean, there are a lot of problems with this wine as far as the chemistry. And the bartender will say, you know, isn't that just great? I'm like, well, it seems like there's something off. The volatile acidity is big. So they'll take a little pour and go, no, that's the way it always is. I'm like, well, that's a big problem.
Then it's always messed up.
Yeah.
Then maybe either A, the winery needs to get their shit together and figure out how to make their wine, or B, maybe we need to just stop buying it.
Wineries,
bringing it into.
And I'm not saying that wineries should strip their wine of all character and all variants.
But I'm talking about the serious flaws, so, like the natural wine bar that we were in, and granted, this was many years ago in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, terroir.
And there was a bottle of wine, and like you've said, we never had a bottle there that we really loved.
We never had a glass that we liked.
It was just varying levels.
We went there 10 times. We dropped over $1,500.
It was varying levels,
and
of
we
bad.
Never liked any
but
other
I
wines.
remember one bottle that we got that was so infected with Brett.
Yeah,
it smelled, swear to God, like raw sewage.
Yeah.
Raw sewage, not barnyardy, not earthy, not rustic, not mushroomy, not, all of those terms that do have their place. There are representations of earthy and rustic and whatnot, but this was not it. This was sewage, raw sewage. This was horrible Brett infection. And I remember my tasting note was I often draw my notes, but I drew a wine glass, and inside the wine glass, I drew a poop emoji. That was my tasting note.
Little quick mention here that came through on YouTube. Sometimes sulfur is beneficial. You damn right it is. Sulfur and sulfites are stabilizers. They're antioxidants. They've been used forever. They are in so many foods that we consume. And anybody who says, I can't have a wine because it has sulfites in it,
or I have an allergy to sulfites. It's
if you have an allergy to sulfites, you are on such a restricted diet that you know it for sure.
Oh yeah.
But we still hear it once in a while.
Sulfites still go. And you see the little sticks in the wine. It's like no more headaches.
Yeah,
it's going to remove your headaches. I have a real problem with
that's
a big grievance of mine.
Big grievance.
Those little dumb contraptions, the little stick that you put in there.
So if you haven't seen these things, these are little swirly sticks that you open up a package and you stick it in your glass and you swirl it around, and it will remove the sulfites from your wine.
So you don't get a headache. Okay, 9.5 times out of 10, you're not getting headaches from sulfites.
Right. But that unless 0.5% out of 10, what that is medical grade hydrogen peroxide in powder form on that little stick, and you put it in the glass, you swirl it around, and hydrogen peroxide binds with loose sulfites, not bound sulfites, but any loose sulfites it binds with, and it drops out of solution, and therefore you can't register any loose sulfites. It's chemical stuff. But now you got medical grade hydrogen peroxide in your wine.
So to me, it's like it does alter the flavor. It does. It doesn't do squat for your headaches.
Right.
And it just makes your wine taste a little crappier, and it's being sold to you under false pretenses.
Right.
I have a real problem with those things. I think that they are just
grievances.
The dumbest thing out there. And I just wish they would all go away. Don't use them. Just don't use them.
All right.
If wine gives you headaches, drink less.
And drink a lot of water.
Or a lot of times, because there's a lot of histamines, especially in red wines. The histamines they're on the skins of the grape. We all know that the skins of the grape are what give red wine its color. So there's a lot of skin contact there, i.e. there's quite a bit of histamines in here. Some people are more sensitive than others to it. If you're one of those sensitive people, pop a Claritin.
Yeah.
If you know you're going to be having a few glasses.
Don't do a Benadryl.
Not Benadryl. You want one of the non-drowsies, like a Claritin. And that usually does a pretty good job of keeping you from getting all that, headachy, icky kind of feeling from the wine.
We just got a really good wine grievance here.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Markups on really good wine, full bottles in restaurants should be an amount, not a percent. Amen.
You got that right.
Yep. So at a certain point, restaurants should only make a certain dollar amount on their wines rather than a percent or a multiplier. So what happens when you go over $100, $150, $200 a bottle on restaurant wine lists? You get further separated from the cost to the value. And what occurs is something astronomical and crazy. I mean, if you want to have fun, look at the wine lists that are published online at places like Per Se and Jean Georges and French Laundry. And you can find, I mean, what I'm going to actually just put in air quotes here, bargains. And when we had lunch at the French Laundry, we found a great Crozes Hermitage for $78 a bottle. And it would retail for like $30. It was great. I was like, oh, perfect. But if you want to get into the big brand names and kind of the $200 retail stuff, you're paying $1,000, $1,300. That's crazy. At a certain point, restaurants should simply mark up their most expensive wines by dollar amount, not percentage. Thank you, Tamar, for that. For that
because
note.
And I don't mind a markup because it's like they have to have a wine buyer that's choosing the wines, often involved with the chef. What wines go. So there's a lot of
time, a lot of effort.
There's you got to pay people to make those decisions. What comes in, then you have to store the wine. You have to cellar it, and you have to keep it hopefully at the right temperatures because that's going to be another wine grievance is the wrong temperature.
Somebody mentioned that on the
and
as well.
And then having people on staff, training your staff about the wine so that they can sell it properly, knowing what. So I don't mind a bit of a markup because it isn't just the cost of the bottle. The restaurant's doing a lot with that bottle.
I might toss this out not as a grievance, but as a question to people. If you are having a meal and the food costs, so for two people, if the food costs $200. So you're at a fancier place. So $200 for the food, but you order a $300 bottle of wine. So now your tab is $500. And if you live in a place like we do in Minnesota, taxes, add up, and then all of a sudden you're at $580 or whatever it is. Do you tip on that? Do you tip on $580? Or do you tip on $200 for the food plus something for the wine? This is another problem for me is tipping culture in America leans you by guilt into tipping 20% for somebody to open the bottle of wine.
And whether it's a $30 bottle or a $300 bottle,
right,
the server pretty much did the same amount of work as far as answering your questions, going and getting the bottle, bringing it, opening it,
and we tip well when we go out to eat, but that's always been a quandary for me because we don't order a lot of expensive bottles of wine. That's one of the reasons.
But that is something to think about. It's something to ponder. I don't know what the right or wrong answer is.
I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer, and I'm kind of putting myself out there in order to during this by asking that question. Okay. So
I'm going to step back into the sulfites again, just before we leave that completely. And yes, sulfites do occur naturally, but sometimes, in minute quantities, it depends on the wine and the winery and everything. But
and the yeast.
That's a big thing too. Yes, and adding it can then be. And I feel like along with the winemaking technology that the chemical testing kits for winemaking have become so good and so affordable that even home winemakers have access to this kind of testing technology that was hard to find like 20 years ago, even in the best wineries.
So 20 or especially 30, 40 years ago, we remember this. I mean, you'd get a lot of wines that had a blown out matchstick aroma.
Yes.
And what that was loose sulfite.
Too much sulfite.
So basically a winemaker said, well, I don't know how much sulfite I have to put in, so I'll put in this much.
I'll err on the side of caution and just put more in than I think I need.
And so you had loose sulfites instead of bound sulfites, and all of a sudden it smelled like a burnt matchstick.
Yes.
And it would blow off, but the problem was that you open it at a restaurant table side, you pour the glass, and you wait for somebody to swirl. It's like,
yes, you're right. I remember getting that an awful lot back in the day.
A lot of Sauvignon Blancs, a lot of Chardonnays, a lot of Rieslings.
I haven't smelled burnt matches in a wine in eons.
Yeah, in 15 years.
And I think it's because the testing has gotten better.
Yep. So anyway, yes. So sulfur is a natural byproduct of fermentation, but then you add a little bit more for stabilization. That's really what it's all about.
And now they've dialed it in where they can add just the right little extra amount, so it's completely undetectable.
Really good comment.
Yeah.
I agree with the sugary wines that people enjoy. I enjoy that astringent wine because I enjoy it with food. Yes. And it's all just evolution of everybody's own palate.
And I think that somewhere down here under like feats of wine strength or something is wines that have a good acid backbone that's got a good acid content in there, because it's the acidic wines really do go so well with food. There's hardly anything that they don't go with.
Awesome.
So,
a couple of things we're just going to toss out here. We don't tip on the tax, and especially in a place like downtown Minneapolis with their downtown liquor taxes.
They got this tax and that tax and entertainment tax and event tax and every other kind of tax.
This is I do the 20% on the food and wine. By that time, I wouldn't feel the pain. Good point. I love it. So a little shout out to this afternoon. I was kind of making the last rounds for Christmas, and I stopped at Groveland Tap, which is a Blue Plate restaurant right by our house. And I went there to buy some gift cards just to be able to dole out for the next week or so. And $100 of gift cards. It's all on the little machine. I tap my card, and all of a sudden the tip thing comes up. I'm like, oh shit, I mean, I don't want to look like the mean guy, but do I tip on gift cards?
But you're just buying gift cards, and when someone comes to redeem the gift card, they're going to be tipping on what they're. I know that's I feel,
and so here's what happened. So I hit 10% right in front of the server. And I said, 10% for you for being so nice. And she reached across and she hit no tip. She's like, you don't tip me when you buy gift cards. I'm cool. Don't worry.
Awesome.
You'll tip, or your friends will tip when they come in.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow. Fudge. So this is getting interesting here. So
okay.
Yeah. So Jake tosses out there that sulfite is a good sanitizer for corks and bottles, as a good antioxidant. Mostly it's converted tasteless inert sulfite, and he's a scientist. He knows shit. So all
right.
So here we go. Super Grievance, the evil wine superstore pushing Calavera Pinot Noir. Ooh. I'm not sure who you're talking about there, but we're not going to put it on the web. I don't want no lawsuits. What are people's views on corkage at restaurants where they don't have aged wines? So here's how we handle corkage. So of course we call ahead to make sure that's cool. When I call up, I don't ask, do you allow me to bring my own wine, or what is your corkage fee? I just say, hey, I got some really cool wines I want to bring in. I assume you have a corkage fee. Just let me know what it is. And we'll, of course, buy a bottle off the list, and we tip really well. And we just sort of toss that out there.
You're like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just call them up. Just assume that they will let you do it. And just say, what is your corkage
fee? Yeah.
And if they don't allow corkage, let them be awkward about saying, oh, no.
So and the way that we do it when we bring our own wine is bring a bottle. And when the server comes up, assuming that we get the good, proper hospitality treatment, they've been trained, hopefully by me, because this is how it should be done. Oh,
What's
this? No, you brought your own wine. That's cool. So tell me a little bit about this. You know, what's up? So
you had me going there for a minute. And I'm like, oh, what do you have?
And so tell me a little bit about. Hopefully, the server's doing this. Tell me a little bit about this. You know, so what's up? You know, it's a special occasion, special bottle. How do you want me to handle this? You know, glassware, decanting, stuff like that. And then, as all that kind of unfolds, I'll reach in my wallet. I'll take out cash. $20, $30, $40, you know, kind of whatever it fits well as far as the restaurant. And I'll hand it to them and say, that's your tip for that bottle of wine that I just brought in. And just go from there. And so just boom. So my tip for that, for you opening that bottle is all set. And just sort of a mutual understanding. That way it's kind of off the table as far as expectations on the final bill. And it's cash in pocket, which is the best thing.
Or you could just add the cash to the tip at the end too.
Yeah, but
I mean, it kind of depends. I think sometimes,
but if I get the good vibes, at the very beginning,
but it depends on the type of restaurant, because sometimes just handing over cash in the middle of everything just seems kind of crass.
Well, it depends on the situation, of course. But another thing to do, if you bring your own bottle, always, they open up the bottle, they taste you on it, it's all good. Look at the server in the eye and say, "Bring me 3 more empty glasses." And they'll bring them, and you pour a little tiny bit,
just like a little tasting
like this, into each glass, and you say, "Thank you very much. This is for the manager on duty. This is for the chef on the line, and this is for you. Thank you very much." And 9 times out of 10, that waives the corkage fee. 9 times out of 10, you become the table of the night, and they start to bring stuff to your table. Like, here's some appetizers from the kitchen.
And if
just acknowledgement, that's all they want is acknowledgement.
And in that chain, if any of those people don't drink, or maybe the restaurant's policy is that they cannot drink,
right? Which is more so lately than ever. So,
you know, and the server will mention, you know, like, oh, that's really kind of you, I appreciate that, but I can't drink while I'm on shift or whatever. Then it's, you know, kind of like we do the sad face, oh, that's too bad, you know, I wish you could, and you know, then you just put the wine back in your own glass,
right?
But I think just making that effort, and showing that you're thinking of, I want to share this wine with other people, and thank you for allowing me to bring this into your restaurant, and you know, here's a little taste for you guys.
And little goes a long ways. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So it's just great. All right. So
corkage is worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, how are we done? We're like still
we're looking at our list here as far as
like we broke this into like time slots, and I'm like, damn, we're still on grievance.
No, it's all good.
I think we're kind of like nailing it.
I think we're nailing grievances. We don't want to hold everybody wine hostage here. So should we move into the next section here?
Well, or should we talk about wine strength?
Well, that's next section. So here we go.
Feats
of wine strength. Here we go. All right.
Here we go. I think one of the strengths of wine is just the ability to pair with almost anything. If you get creative, I mean, you can make it work.
Yeah. So what do we got?
Case in point, I've got 2 chunks of random cheese that I just pulled out of the fridge. I mean, this is true Festivus fashion. I have this bag of Dots pretzels that's been kicking around our house for a while.
And here, we both have empty glasses. Oh.
My half a chocolate chip nothing bunt cakes buntlet. That was also in the leftover section. So
should we try it with this?
Let's just play around.
So I opened this about a day and a half ago. So this is Garage Wine Company from Chile. There we go. From Chile, 2015. So 10-year-old Carignan from a really, really cool company that specializes in old vineyards. And the wax up here is actually melted down crayons.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So as soon as we're done with the bottle, we'll try to draw with it too. So, but we only got about a third of the bottle left. It's been open for a couple of days, but let's just sort of see what happens.
That smells like wine.
Yep.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Hey!
It smells like wine.
Oscar just ran away.
Yeah.
But
it's holding up.
Yeah,
another
it tastes like
Festivus
old school.
miracle.
So I'm going to start off with Dots honey mustard.
Honey mustard.
Yeah.
Pretzel twist.
All right.
these things, I mean, I've never been a baked pretzel, like hard pretzel person. I like chewy baked pretzels. Yeah. But like the little snack pretzels, as a kid up till today, I've never liked them. They just there's a weird flavor. I just don't like it. There's something really bitter going on. Dots pretzels. I ran into these was just a couple years ago. I'm a noob like that. And we were at somebody's party and I was eating these going, oh my God, these are the greatest things in the world. And they're like, oh, it's Dot's pretzels. I'm like, pretzels? Oh my God.
Yeah. Dot made a lot of money.
3 cheers for Dot.
Yep.
She deserves it.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So it's a little mustardy and there's a little bit of sweetness going on there.
Works beautiful.
And tangy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not so sweet that they push the wine away.
Yeah. Now, we know that the cheese is going to go well with the wine. I mean,
cheese always goes well with wine. I mean, come on.
We're sort of unwrapping this. We got
all right.
rando blue cheese and some other thing.
Okay. All right.
We'll do some rando blue cheese here.
Okay. So if we're on feats of wine strength, I mean, I know grievances are so much more fun.
Yeah. But, grievances, you know, be angry.
But wine strength, I would encourage you in the chat to share some of, like, if you had a wine and food pairing that was to die for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you're like, oh my God,
ultimate wine and food pairing.
I had this kind of food with that wine and it was heavenly. And throw it in the chat. I want to know. I'm always up for a good pairing. Yeah, these cheeses are still holding up.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, so we got these cheeses for the wine and cheese webinar, which was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, they're holding up just fine.
Do you remember what the blue cheese was?
Gorgonzola.
It was so good.
It's just classic Gorgonzola.
It was so good. It was so creamy. And Yeah. I remember just recently talking to somebody about it.
Yeah, but this is really good too.
And they were saying, well, which one was it? I'm like, I don't know. Jason bought the cheese.
So one thing that we don't use at home, but I think that we should try to get some, are cheese papers rather than wrapping up the cheese in saran wrap.
Yeah.
You know, because that's not the ideal way to save cheese.
No, because it doesn't
needs to breathe. Yeah.
And then the saran wrap always ends up coming off.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a maze. So we got making cheese curds tomorrow for Santa. Oh
my God, Santa is going to leave you extra smack under the tree.
That's
cheese
right.
Curds, hell yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's
awesome. And amen to this. Look at that. Best thing about wine is that every bottle's an adventure. Amen. Every bottle.
Oh, there's a combo that sounds really good to me. Right there.
Extra dry sparkling wine from Napa and homemade fried chicken. You damn right. Oh yeah. No, but fried chicken and sparkling wine has become a thing. And this was discovered, quote unquote, about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. You and I were working on fried anything and sparkling wine about 10 years ago. Yeah. So we were way ahead of the curve.
We still were.
Yeah.
Potato chips.
Yep. Potato chips, French fries. Of course, we have bubbles and fries every spring.
We're doing bubbles and fries again.
Yeah, right.
Do you know the date off the top of your head?
March 10th, I think.
Let's look
at that. We don't have tickets available yet.
No, but it's coming up. But it is
Since you ask.
Since I ask.
March 9th. Monday, March 9th is Bubbles and Fries 2025.
Mark your calendars.
Yep.
It'll be going up soon.
Yep. That's awesome. Yum.
Yeah, because it's a whole room full of all things sparkling that you can wander around and get
all you can eat
of,
French fries.
And all you can eat French fries.
Of course. Yep.
That's the best.
Yep.
Okay.
So here, insider info. Great cheese paper from New England Cheese. Packs of 10 with metallized outer versus for the cheese paper, so you get the cheese.
I bet you can get it at the cheese shops. All right. Okay. There's our insider info.
And so, I've read a lot about just the impact that cheese paper can have on keeping your cheese good. So I'm very, very curious about that. I should have mentioned that to you like before you were shopping for Christmas for me, but I kind of forgot about it. So
yeah, that would have been a great thing too. Put it
my
on the
birthday's
fridge.
coming up in 8 months. So
I'm sure we'll get cheese paper.
your
before
birthday's
then.
in 2 months.
Cheese paper.
No, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep. Cheese paper.
Mm.
Yum.
Mm.
I don't want to try this with the bundt cake. I
No,
really don't.
No, and the thing is that this,
we know it's gonna suck. So
this bundt cake with any of these dry wines is going to be a definite airing of
I do have some
grievances.
tawny port though.
Tawny port would probably be much better.
Yeah.
Because the number one rule is that when you've got dessert and you're like, I want to pair wine with it.
Yeah.
The wine has to be sweeter than the dessert.
Yep. Simple as that.
If it's not, it's gonna push which it doesn't seem like. Why would that be? But
I know, right?
They push each other apart and they make each one taste worse. So, like, to have like this chocolate bundt with like a really dry acidic Sauvignon Blanc would be the worst thing in the world. That would be a huge grievance of mine.
Popeyes and Krug.
Oh,
you damn right. Damn right.
Was it like the regular or like the spicy? Like the hot and spicy. Because I'm kind of that hot and spicy.
And here we go. Cheese paper allows the cheese to breathe versus turn the cheese right and greasy. Amen.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we should do. So a lot of you know, or you heard me talk about this, but my favorite cheese destination lately has been Whole Foods, because the staff at the cheese counter at Whole Foods seems to have been given liberty with these 50% off coupons to stick on cheese wedges that are kind of at the last of their sales date. And regularly on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not the weekend so much, but during the week, you can find incredible buys with cheese that's kind of at its perfect peak in the cheese.
there you go.
Here we go. Are you putting cheese on the?
I'm putting cheese on the pretzel. It's Festivus.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Festivus is the whole convention be damned. I'm gonna do what I want.
All right, so let's move into Festivus Wine Miracles. It's a damn miracle.
It's a wine miracle.
Who's in charge of this wine world? Okay.
All right.
So I'll start off with this.
I can tell you what. I need a miracle right about now.
Do you want some white wine or red wine?
Why don't you give me some white?
Okay. Which introduces our first miracle. Great boxed wine.
Woo!
Simple as that. You know, so when you have boxed wine that is really, really good and consistent,
it's a damn miracle.
That's a Festivus miracle.
It's
right
a
there.
Festivus
You gotta
miracle.
celebrate that stuff. So
that's right.
Just open this guy up here.
Got it? Sort of.
Yep. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a rosé.
Okay.
Or no.
Stop.
Do you want to rinse?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the rinse.
We don't have a dump, so there we are.
I got it.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
There we are.
All right.
Festivus miracle.
Festivus miracle.
Damn right.
It's
do the same thing.
That's quite the rosé you had.
All right. So here we go.
So yeah, box wine that slaps.
Yep.
Let's do it. We got three biggies to talk about.
Yeah. So the one that we're drinking right now is this guy here, Quadrum. So Quadrum's out of Spain. Consistently yummy, fresh, clean, bright, lively, the whole works. Their red wine is one of these red wines that should be a little bit chilled. So during the summertime, we tend to keep all three of these in the fridge in the garage, and then we just help ourselves to them as the day goes. And
sorry, I'm trying to get more cheese.
And even with the red wine, especially with like a hamburger off the grill, when the humidity level is up, the dew point is up, it just works out great. So we like these guys a lot. We like Quadrum quite a bit. Another one that we love is Hérisson, which is French for hedgehog.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at the cute
I
little
know.
hedgehog.
Yeah, we
There's
found that on the web.
Adorbs.
Yep.
He's so cute. He is a Festivus miracle right there. Just the cuteness. Overload.
So Hérisson, they've hit the mark really, really well. They make a white and a rosé and a red, and they're more expensive. This goes into like the $40 to $50 range for a 3-liter box, but you have to divide that by 4 in order to get your price, and you're still in the $10 to $12 range as far as final price.
Yeah.
Per bottle equivalent.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. And again, keep in mind, boxes are 4 bottles worth of wine.
Right.
So whatever the price is, divide by 4.
So the Harrison Red is actually a blend of Pinot Noir and Gamay from Burgundy. There's a weird little subset of the Burgundy laws called Passatuan. And what it is a 50-50 blend of Pinot Noir and Pinot Noir and Gamay, and it's just fantastic. And their new white and their rosé are way up there as well, but their red I particularly love. It's not cheap, you buy 1 box of it with tax walking out of the shop, you're over $50, but it's gonna last hopefully for a while. So
and especially if you want some really yummy good wine in this kind of convenience package. Maybe you've got a big party,
right?
Or like for us, it's like we just love to have a few boxes in the garage fridge.
For
just to tap into.
Rando glass of wine.
Or if a wine like that is really your jam and you're just like, I want to have easy to pour myself a glass,
right?
With dinner, like 4 nights out of 7.
Right. Exactly.
You won't regret that.
And then consistently lately, our favorite boxed wine is Shiplink. Shiplink. Just look for the funky Austrian modern art, kind of Devo like.
And seriously, every single time I see this box, do you know?
Oh yeah.
All I hear in my head is
touch my monkey.
Not touch my monkey. Now's the time on Shiplink on which we dance.
Now's the time on Shiplink on which we dance. So Shiplink is
and then touch my monkey.
Shiplink is a Gruner Veltliner from Austria, and bright yellow box. You can't miss it at a wine shop. Again, not the most
highlighter yellow.
Yeah, not the most affordable box, but this is really, really good Gruner Veltliner that's efficiently packaged in a box.
And it's fragrant and it's flavorful and it's squenchy.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my gosh.
Squenchy.
It is. It's a great wine. And Gruner does have that great ability to go with a lot of green vegetables that are tough to pair with. So like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, those brassica things, salads. So again, it's if
does a great job.
If you have a lot of fresh green veggies in your diet, or like summertime and it's salad season, that's a great box to have.
All right, it's time for the anti-wine snob oath. Ready?
Wait a minute. Are we done with features tonight?
Yeah, we are. We're good. All right, so the anti-wine snob oath.
No, wait a minute. You're jumping the gun. We didn't try the port. This.
Okay.
You said you were going to.
Well, okay.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Okay.
Here, let's just pour some in your glass. Because I still have wine in mine. All right. One last pairing. That's good. I love this Festivus leftover meatloaf and leftovers.
We're having some Quinta Donoval 10-year tawny port right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That works. Hell yeah. All right.
You just want to do that.
It's a damn Festivus miracle. I needed to taste my cake. Okay.
The anti-wine snob oath.
Okay, anti-wine snob oath. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Angela, hold up your hand.
My right hand? My
yep,
left hand?
Your right hand. And repeat after me along with everybody out there.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay.
I will drink what I like.
I will drink what I like. Do I have to, I state my name?
I state your name.
State my name.
I will drink what I like.
I will drink what I like.
I will ask dumb questions.
I will ask dumb questions.
I will ignore scores.
I will ignore scores happily. Okay.
Making sure everybody out there said it.
You're right. Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
I will not apologize for putting ice in my wine.
I will not apologize for putting ice in my wine.
You damn right.
If it's too warm, it needs to get cool fast.
It's your wine.
It's my wine. I can do what I want.
Make it good. And this evening is a Festivus miracle.
And this evening is a Festivus miracle. Amen.
All right. Festivus is over.
Woo, Festivus.
Go drink something
for
you
the
enjoy.
rest of us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Got to tiptoe back in here.
Yep.
Cheese.
Perfect.
What was that?
Sprockets reference.
Yes, it was.
You damn right. It's a Sprockets reference.
Yes, Sprockets.
Yes.
Yep.
That was the time which we danced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the time on which we danced. Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Lori. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Festivus to all.
Happy Festivus.
Yeah. Just dive into the rest of the next couple of days.
And embrace those wine miracles. Those
wine miracles. That's right.
And do not be afraid to air your Festivus wine grievances.
You damn right.
Because there's a lot of things that need fixing out there. A lot of problems.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you all for a very fun evening. And you guys rock. We'll see you at the next event. I'll be sending out info about that shortly. Bye. Bye.